Well, after additional year of waiting and after all the turmoil that 2020 put us through, the Euros are finally here. Welcome to the Bianconeri Zone. I'm Justin Ceferin. Today is Friday, June 11, 2021, and let's go ahead and get into these news. But before we do that, I need you to go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's going to really help us grow, so please go ahead and do that now. All right, let's go ahead and start. Some of these news, I'm going to run through it kind of quick because there's a lot of news, and I don't know if you need all my opinion for everything because I don't know. So some of these players I don't have a lot of information on. Please feel free to go ahead and leave your comments down below if you know more information about them and let us know your opinions on them. So starting out, Paulo Nanmolo is saying that a name made by Allegri is that of Tielemans. They told me that they have been working hard on it for a couple of weeks, despite Leicestershire's extensive resistance. I don't really, honestly, I don't know that I've really seen the player play much that often. So you let me know your thoughts below. I'm not going to get repetitive and keep saying that. Okay. And then moving on, Gazzetta dello Sport's reporting that Juventus are accelerating their contacts for Gabriel Jesus, regardless of Ronaldo's future. There's a possibility of taking him on a loan, and the player is willing to come to Turin. We've heard this a lot. It's not a lot of new news when it comes to this, but just the name keeps recurring. The more it keeps recurring, the more you know that it might be a serious Juventus target. Moving on, Calcio Mercato said that Griezmann has been proposed to Juve in recent days. Barca is open to let him go on loan. Juventus have taken note. So right now they're just, eyeing the situation, see if it's anything worth their while. I'm not super high on the player, but I'd probably end up taking him over some of the names that have been thrown out there. Then we have some Ronaldo news from Tutto Sport. They're saying that Mendes met with Juventus on Wednesday. The conversation did not decide Ronaldo's future. The most concrete hypothesis remains Man United, but today the most convenient offer is that of Juve. The final decision will be made in mid to late July. Nothing surprising. We kind of knew that he already said that, or I don't know if it was him, but somebody said with his entourage, basically, he would decide once the Euros are over. And then Romeo Agresti made a statement about Depay, saying that Barca remains in pole position for Depay. There was no confirmation from Juventus that they offered more money or wages. Okay. Then Super League news, we have from Gazzetta dello Sport saying that after UEFA suspended proceedings, Ceferin is ready to welcome back Juventus, Real Madrid, and Barcelona, but with the same penalties as the other 9 clubs. So that'd be about 5% of revenue and a cash fine. We'll get into my opinion on this here in a sec, but there's a little bit more news to go off of that. We have some full comments that were made shortly after from Ceferin about the Super League, saying, justice is sometimes slow, but it always comes. What is it? What stupid drama novel is he writing? Anyway, sorry, it's just the most generic, dramatic statement to make, and it's ridiculous. The 3 clubs look like those kids who skipped school for a while, but when they're not invited to parties, they try to get in with the help of the police. What does that make? What does that mean? What is that? Okay, I said I wasn't gonna give my opinion right away, but what does that even mean? When they're not invited to parties, they try to get in with the help of the police? No, in my experience, police come to break up parties. They're not coming to help get you in. Whatever. I have not gone into the specifics of not that I have a lot of experience with that. I have not gone into the specifics of the competences of our disciplinary committee, but obviously the input is to resolve the issue with the courts as I see it. It is not a definitive stop. First, let's clarify the legal matters, then let's move on. So just as, he's just going to keep, it's the new thing to do every year, or not every year, but lately in the year is just never say that you're wrong. Never admit that things could go poorly for you, but just keep chugging away that I'm right. I'm always right. Nonsense. All right. Then he says, Platini's words, I'm not surprised. Nothing in football surprises me, but his comment doesn't deserve a comment from me. And then finally said, shaking hands with Agnelli. It's a personal matter. I don't want to answer, but I think he knows. Yes, we do know. You're a petulant child that shouldn't be in charge of even a rec league intramural football team, let alone UEFA. So that's what it is. It's just ridiculous that he's doing this. He's a child. He's going to keep throwing his tantrums and keep airing everything out that he can while he can until the hammer comes down eventually. Or, what we know right now is the Super League is probably more of an inevitability, rather than it's a dead matter for now. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, see what happens. And then finally, we have a few comments from Romeo and Agresti they were on YouTube, I believe, or they were on Juventus. They kind of covered a few of the topics we talked about, but we'll just run through them real quick. Basically said that Allegri, when talked about his 21-22 Juve, talked about Dybala, Morata, but not Ronaldo. Me, this is, I believe, it's Romeo making these comments saying, I would keep Dybala, but if Ronaldo leaves, I don't think Gabriel Jesus is the right profile. So that's interesting. He's kind of giving his thoughts that, Jesus may not be the guy that Juventus needs. And I tend to trust or feel like Romeo Agresti has a good feel for the program and what they need. Then he went on to say that no date for a meeting with Dybala's agents, but now there is availability of the player to stay. He wants to stay. I know that. There's a big chance he'll stay and extend. Also, he has no other offer. Yeah, I think that no other offer will be a big part of it for right now. Of course, you want to, renew that so that way if somebody does want him, you want to be able to sell him. Doesn't seem too likely right now. But, my opinion, of course, when it comes to Dybala is that I want him to stay with the club. I think he definitely can develop and become – we've seen him over the years and what he can contribute and what he's capable of. I think he should be one of those guys that's, in part of that project. And then also he said, Romeo Agresti said, I think if Ronaldo leaves Juve, it will be a tough swap, or it'll be through a swap. The only way to not make a loss on Cristiano is by a swap deal. And I completely agree. It's either, basically what we know right now, it's either if somehow we can finagle a deal with Man United to, get Paul Pogba to be swapped with Ronaldo, to me, that's the ideal situation. That'd be the number one that we want. Other option would be Icardi with PSG. Not as high on that, but I'm starting to come around a little bit on Icardi, mainly because all the names that we've gotten for strikers and that sort have been so poor. So that's where I am right now. And then finally, Giovanni Albanese said on Juventus as well that if Ronaldo stays, I would start to have doubts about Dybala's extension, because today there's no date for a meeting between his entourage and Juve. In a few weeks, we will understand the future of the attack. So that's an interesting thought, and interesting moment that, to me, it's kind of confusing. Why would you have doubts about Dybala's extension? I get it, but at the same time, like Ronaldo, we know, at least I feel like I know, I don't think he's going to extend after this year. So why would that, why would that cause issues for the future? I don't know. No, and then we have regarding news. Amico di Natale is saying that from Turkish sources, Fenerbahce, that if you're Turkish, let me know if that's correct if I'm saying it. Fenerbahce through intermediate, I don't know why I said it again, just to throw myself under the bus if I said it wrong. Through intermediaries have requested information on Daniele Rugani. If he's willing to go, whatever it takes to get him, back out there and not under Juventus wages. Hopefully a sale, but you know how this goes. And then finally, the Azzurri play today. Azzurri play their first match of the Euros at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 9 p.m. if you're in Rome in Italy, for the majority of that area. That's what time they'll be playing tonight. And the Juventus players that you can watch tonight play, it appears that Bonucci, Chiellini, and Demiral are expected to start tomorrow in the Euro opening game. Demiral, obviously, for Turkey. So I'm excited. I'm a big Azzurri fan. I'm hoping to see that we can go far. I think there's definitely something to it, Italy being the dark horse for this Euros. I don't like to talk too much on it right now because I don't want to build it up just for me to get upset whenever something goes wrong. Which, not saying there's a good possibility, but there is a chance that the group stage can be difficult before we get to later rounds. That's all the news I have for you today, but check in with us tomorrow to get the latest roundup covering all things Juventus. Please like the video and subscribe, as it really helps our channel grow, and so we can bring you more content like this, plus even better things down the line. And make sure to hit that bell to stay up to date and get notified as soon as every video drops. Follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram at Bianconeri Zone, and follow me on Twitter at Justin Sofro. Forza Bianconeri, Forza Azzurri.